Hi, today we're here with Naomi Levine, and I want to talk about something that keeps coming up more and more these days, especially with my clients, and that's when I hear people say, I'm divorcing a narcissist, or my soon-to-be ex is a narcissist. Now, I don't want this video to be about narcissistic personality disorder. There are other videos on the channel that go into much more detail. But as a negotiator myself, I often tell people, you can't control other people. You can only control how you respond, how you internalize, and how it affects you. So, Naomi, you have vast experience in social work, and I'm sure you're hearing more and more of this, every day. How do you help people, or what do you say to people to guide them through dealing with their stuff versus somebody who may or may not have NPD?
Yeah, and leaving an abusive marriage is a huge challenge because abuse often doesn't end when the marriage ends. It can continue in many other ways. Clients, for example, often share with me that they get anxious or even panicky when then they see they have an email coming in from their ex.
Right.
Because they're just anticipating the same cycle of their ex trying to control and demand. And so the client themselves, in anticipation, gets themselves into a cycle of feeling fear and I can't handle this, et cetera, et cetera. And it really sets up the interaction of, if you go into an interaction feeling powerless, that's going to impact how you are able to show up to the interaction.
Right.
So this is a real issue. But like you said, a client, will often say, well, they're doing this and they're being like that and help. And so part of the work is helping the client make sense of their own experience. Because like you said, we can't control other people. They are who they are. But what we can control is, how am I making sense of the situation? What meaning am I making of it? What feelings are coming up, and how can I take care of those feelings so I can show up fully in this interaction?
Makes perfect sense to me. So yeah, when you see that name, your soon-to-be ex or your ex's name pop up on a text or an email, why is it creating fear and anxiety? And I can't change them, so how do I deal with that? How do I move forward?
Yeah. So with trauma, we know we're reliving the past, so to speak.
Right.
The past becomes present. So when we're triggered, we're not present fully in this moment. All of the layers of our experiences from the past are coming into this experience. And part of that work in therapy is unpacking that.
Right. So that makes sense too, because, often I get asked about the differences in the different professionals that I work with on behalf of mutual clients. And we have videos on divorce coaches which work on moving you forward, whereas what you specialize in is dealing with past traumas, what I just heard. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
It's dealing with the past trauma or the effects of past trauma, so that they're not buried under the rug, and you process it and you deal with it and you move on. So, okay, that's great advice. If you are going through a difficult divorce, or you think you're divorcing somebody with NPD, or whatever the case may be, the moral of the story here is, if you want to speak to Naomi and work on processing your own feelings and your own understanding of what's going on and help you move forward, by all means, send me an email, mike@thedivorceguy.ca, and I'd be happy to give you Naomi's contact information. Everything stays confidential, always, and let's help each other out. Thanks for watching.